Alright guys, Dokkan time again, and today's how to build is just going to be on a free-to-play unit. So, this guy's getting his EZA on May 8th. Yeah, 8th at 1 o'clock in the morning. So, this is a Prime Battle LR EZA. Now, I don't honestly think they're very impressive, but then again, I don't think they're terrible either. So, I have two different build suggestions. Some people use free-to-play units as, like, just kind of a free-to-play content, and that's it. I'm one of those people. I don't typically bring free-to-play units into challenging, quote-unquote, base content unless they truly are just that magnificent. And the majority of free-to-play units are just not impressive whatsoever. So, I don't really bring too many in. I think the last time I brought in any free-to-play units into any serious, like, challenging red zones or anything like that was probably Yamcha? Like the STR Yamcha or the Bulmas. I can't really think of anything else at the top of my head, really. I'm sure there's some I'm missing out on recently. I just completely forget about them, but yeah, anyways. So there's two builds. One is kind of a more crit build with additionals, and that's just literally just take it into a free-to-play content, take it into an EZA area, take it into an EZA battle, and just kind of mop it up with some crits and just do what it needs to do because it has category advantage. Meanwhile, if you're one of those people that do enjoy taking free-to-play units into challenging content, and you do want to challenge yourself, obviously the best build choice would be additionals, or dodge and then additionals. You can choose to go ahead and go for a more additional build if you so choose. I just do not think the additional supers are going to help. I think this is a full dodge unit at the end of the day. And yeah. So, with all that in mind, let's go over the kit. 200% leads. It's just Majin Buu. That's it. This unit has no other 200% leader in the game. Plenty of 170s, but only 200% leader as of the date and time. As of this recording. He himself is a 150 key plus 4 leader for Majin Buu Saga. Not a bad leader skill, especially right now. You know, new players might pop in. This is technically their best option for a leader if they don't pull the new units. So that is something to keep in mind. 12 key supers just raise attack and defense and has a 50% chance to seal and to stun the enemy. And then the 18 key is greatly raising attack and defense and also has a 50% chance to stun and or seal. As far as the passive goes, key plus 5, attack and defense 150, an additional attack and defense 50 when performing super. Launches an additional super at 50% chance, 50% chance to evade, plus an additional key plus 3, attack and defense plus 50, and launches an additional super attack when the target enemy is in attack down status, in defense down status, or is stunned or sealed. Plus an additional key plus 3, and all enemies attack and defense minus 20% for 4 turns after evading an attack, and then recovers 10% HP at the end of the turn in which an attack was received. So, looking at the kit right there, I don't like it. There is no crit in here. I mean, you have the 50% chance to dodge, which is good, not as high as I would obviously want it, but it's a free-to-play unit, so 50% chance to launch an additional is pretty good. So you got the normal 18 or 12 key, whichever you get. Then you'll have this one as a second super. If you can get the enemy into a status ailment point, then you can get a potential triple, and then the hidden potential can potentially pop you at a quad super. I don't think a quad super is going to happen. I think it's very unlikely, because in the majority of like difficult fights, you can't really, lower attack, stun, or seal in a majority of them. There is some like beginning parts of the fights, where like stage 1 of challenging events, you can stun, seal, or attack or defense lower. But that doesn't happen very often. It's not consistent enough to be like, yeah, this is a viable choice to bring this unit. Links aren't anything to look at. He's only on 5 categories, which is very unfortunate. Diabolical Villains, Global Chaos, Conquest Terror, Joined Forces. Yeah, just not very anything crazy. I will say it's very interesting. Majin Buu Saga is getting a lot of free-to-play units. I mean, you got the Dabura that just got his EZA on JP. You have the Babidi LR EZA. So, I mean, that right there, along with this unit, that's half of a team for Majin Buu Saga, which is pretty nice. In all honesty, it's pretty nice. I'm pretty sure we got a couple Daburas in the game. There's the free-to-play Dabura, the intelligence one specifically I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the angel one. But yeah, not terrible as far as free-to-play scene goes. So let's go ahead and look at the Halvard calculations over here. Yeah, definitely not much to write home about. After quad supering, not even hitting 1,000,000 defense. I mean, I'm sorry to say, but, you know, we're in 9th anniversary content coming up here on Global, and they already ended on JP for several months now. If a unit can't break 1,000,000 defense nowadays, you're done. That's game, man. You have only two choices. It's dodge or die, or you tank. There's no damage reduction, there's no guard, there's no nothing. So I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, I don't see I don't see this unit quad supering and saving your life. I don't see it. I also don't see it getting any off-turn support. I don't see it getting 40% support on any team you would take it with. Other than, obviously, if you had the Battlefield LR, Dabura, and Babidi on the same rotation. That's the only time you would get really any support. So, I mean, this is a floating unit at best. You don't want to take this unit and keep it on in the main slot. So, like I said, I would treat this unit as a free-to-play unit you just use for EZAs, for any type of category boosted kind of stuff. No challenging content. I would not suggest bringing this guy into any of that. So I would just build him for like a full crit build just to use it. Or, you could be extra. You can do the extra length of grind. You can be a real free-to-play player, and you can make 2 different units. I mean, this is a free-to-play unit. You can grind up a whole second copy. Takes a lot of work, but, it gives you options and to use the unit in different scenarios. I really wish they would start letting at least the free-to-play units have freely movement of the hidden potential. If you have the dupes, like, if we pump in an extra, I don't know, 10 copies or something, let us freely move around the dupes or something. I don't know. Something to make it so we can just switch back and forth between being able to use the unit in a challenging content basis and a free-to-play content basis. So, but I think that's pretty much going to be it for the video. I don't think many people are going to watch anyways. Pretty much everyone's going to only do 1 of 2 builds, and which is exactly what's on screen. You're either going full dodge or you're going full crit, because that's just the only way it is. You take it full dodge and bring it into a challenging content, or you go full crit and just go into free-to-play content, and that's it. So, anyway, guys, let me know how you decided to build this free-to-play LR Babidi Buu. And I hope you have a good day and a good night.